What good am I?
That's the $1,000,000 question, Taylor.
For that kind of money, the only people who would be interested in that would be the hardcore, like, tournament players, and they can't use it.
Oh no!
Shots fired,
I
Taylor.
know better than to say
Every
something like.
It's just, what do you do?
All right,
It is nostalgic. That's
Zachary.
what it is.
here we're gonna re-record that part.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Hey,
Go ahead. Go ahead and say that again.
Welcome back to Keystone Hobbies. If you like our content, feel free to help support us over on patreon.com/Keystone Hobbies. Discord link will be in the description. John. We have one patron. Hey, Nate. Thank you for your support.
Yay, Nate!
Good job, Nate. What's going on, fellas? How you doing?
Doing good?
It's wonderful. It's been a great
not
week.
too bad.
Has it?
Nope.
Okay.
It's
So
been
I
busy.
thought-
Between family drama and family health issues, we've had our load full, but you know, that's all right. We got a show to do today, and we have a lot of great stuff to talk about. Upcoming, a review on Timemelters. We're going to talk about some video game releases and Magic the Gathering's 30th anniversary and some of the wonderful products that you can look forward to.
Start from the top. What
All
you
right.
got, John?
Yeah. So, Timemelters, a new indie game to be released. I got to play the demo this week, and my God, that game is so much more fun than I thought it was going to be. And I'm probably going to end up picking it up. Yeah, it's Timemelters. We did post a video on the YouTube showing some of the gameplay. Basically, you play the role of a witch. You're a glass cannon. If you're touched by any of the bad guys, it's an instant down, and you're dead. But you have the power to turn back time and fight alongside yourself. And you have this power. It depends on the map. There's different scenarios. But from the demo, you got to do it twice. And so basically, you could fuck up twice while you're on the map, and then you're done. So it was pretty cool. It's cool how they worked it out. You do have you can cast spells as the witch, and you can shoot little key blasts as well. Those do have a cooldown. The enemies are quick enough that they can catch you in time if you're shooting these key blasts, so you have to be pretty strategic with it. Meanwhile, you're trying to manage the battlefield, which across the battlefield, there's a guy trying to run across to an objective, and you have to keep him safe using your spells. You're able to go into a spectral form where your body floats in the air, is invulnerable, and you can traverse the map with zero encumbrance. You can just basically fly wherever you need to go. It gives you kind of a top-down perspective and gives you an idea of how many bad guys are where. And so you can cast spells in the spirit form in different areas to kind of help that person who's on the other side of the map struggling. And a lot of the goals and objectives are basically these kind of protection missions where, you know, it's not just you're trying to make sure somebody else is able to complete an objective. So it's not possible your first run. Like, you can't perfect this mission. You have to use your time copies. So you run through, you get a little bit of magic, which is you get a little magic pool of resources, and you can cast those spells across the map by killing minions. So you're encouraged to run around to kill minions so you can cast spells to support the other side of the map. It's super tactical, and it relies on a whole lot of different skills. So I wouldn't say it's a game for people who are newer with gaming, but for anybody who's good at real-time strategy, first-person shooters, and resource management games, this is the game for you.
When I saw your video, I don't know what caused me to do this, but I thought it was a 2D side scroller. I don't know what it was, but when I saw the 3D aspect, I thought the game went up in my opinion, just from that alone, from when you first talked about it.
Yeah, you know, the concept is almost obvious in some ways. So video games forever, they've had ghost copies when you play like a racing game, to where you can see the progress you had done in your previous run on a track. I'm surprised there hasn't been a game like this before, because it's essentially that same thing where that copy is running around doing the exact same things that it did before, but the only difference is it actually has an impact in the game that you're currently, in the round that you're currently playing. And you get to carry resources over. So it's definitely really cool with that aspect.
Hey, I see on the Steam page it has online co-op. Do you know what that's all about?
I haven't had a chance to play it yet. Greg, if that's something you want to try out, I am 100% down.
Yeah, I'm willing to try that.
The demo is
I think
free.
it's coming out soon.
On the 12th, but you can download the demo.
Yeah, and speaking of demos, we definitely have some video game releases to talk about. One of which is Dragon Ball: The Breakers coming out on the 14th. Can't come soon enough, huh, Greg?
I can't.
I take it you were able to take a little bit more advantage of the demo time or the beta that they had over this weekend. Can you tell us about any changes? Anything that you notice that's different or better or worse about the game?
The first thing that comes to mind is there's it's the same in Dead by Daylight where it shows the raider. Well, they don't show this in Dead by Daylight, but there's the raider, and then you see all your co-oping survivors, right? And then after that, there's a loading page, and then you're supposed to play. Well, right after the loading page, there's a white screen that stays on maybe 20 or so seconds. It's a very long time when you're just staring at it. And you can hear the gameplay just running. And you can hear Trunks in the background like, hey, guys, do this shit. But you can't actually move because of the white screen. So I hope this is something they're trying to fix. I didn't notice it on Friday. I noticed it a lot yesterday and today.
And no Kid Boo for this third beta? Like they didn't bring Boo into this to play as?
No.
Okay. Any new characters, abilities, anything like that?
They brought out Team Gohan and Future Trunks.
Okay.
I didn't really play with Trunks. I don't have a lot of the currency to just buy his super attacks. So Trunks for me and Gohan right now, they don't have any super attacks. So it's kind of a why would I bring them in? Because it's just going to be a loss if I can't super attack the enemy when I need to. So I haven't been playing them much, but I saw a title for some YouTuber. He wasn't even a big name YouTuber, and he apparently wrote in the title the level 4 Trunks that you get from Shenron. Apparently he's strong enough as a character on his own where he could defeat a empowered opponent. So who knows? But there's probably a lot of looping involved in that.
Yeah, we did get to play a couple.
Shit.
We did get to play a couple games, Greg, and man, I'll tell you what, you were the master at collecting those Dragon Balls. You were bringing Shenron into this world so many times. You were like Bulma in that movie that just came out.
Right.
You're over here, you're like, hey, can you make my ass look good? And he made your ass look good. You were a level 4 and you were up there fucking up the Raider.
Yep.
America's ass.
So
I was hearing
satisfying.
Are you still running Oolong, or have you found somebody else?
No, so Oolong, certain characters, for instance Bulma, she gives you certain active skills that you can't have on another character until you level it up. If you level the active skill up to 10, you can have it on any other character. So I came within reason to myself, hey, look, I don't like Oolong at all, but the camouflage is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
But now that I can have my own avatar and use the camouflage, Oolong is never being picked up again.
That's fair. That's pretty nice that you can do that, though.
I will say,
very nice.
Oolong's height's kind of an advantage in that game. In a game where somebody's looking for your hitbox, to have a tiny little hitbox seems pretty good.
True.
But yeah, no, it's been pretty cool. And yeah, see, I think having that teachable perk type thing, a little reminiscent of Dead by Daylight in that aspect, is a strong change that they've added to the game. So yeah, looking forward to Breakers coming out on the 14th to PC, PlayStation 4, Xbox, and the Switch. They are not cross-platform playable, but you know, maybe they'll get to that. They'll listen to at least us and our fans that really would like to see that game cross-platform.
Oh, it's not just us. There's a lot of people that want that.
Yeah.
Really?
The
Yeah.
bar has been set. Like that's what people want now.
Yep. I mean, if they can do it for first-person shooters and figure out how to make it fair to have PC versus consoles, they can figure it out for a game like this, for sure. A couple other releases that are notable for this week. We went over Timemelters and Dragon Ball: The Breakers. We also have Triangle Strategy coming out for PC on the 13th. Now, Greg, this is a second release. This was for the Switch before, wasn't it?
Yep. Yeah, the game's a lot of fun. If you like Fire Emblem, this is definitely like up your alley already. You already know the majority of the mechanics. You just need to know, like, each character has their own gimmick. You know, people that are on horses, they go super far, and this is one of those games a lot like Final Fantasy Tactics, where the direction you're facing, like, you can manipulate at the end of your turn, and the direction you're facing plays a lot in whether or not you're going to lose. Because if a unit gets an attack on your back, it does extra damage on top to if your unit is being sandwiched by two opposing forces, when the one attacks, the other one will follow up and attack. So you really got to protect your back in that game. But it's really neat. The gimmick in this game is there's scales of conviction. That's what they're called. And your party is divided in how to move forward. You're like, I don't know, should we flood this town or should we just sneak in at night and try and deal with them that way? And that is an option. But you can change the story that way. And that's my favorite part about it.
Awesome. So pretty strong pickup for the PC. I'm glad that's going cross-platform. I'll probably have to try that out.
That's pretty good.
We don't have any. Does anybody know if we have any My Little Pony fans in our fandom?
I know of one person, and I was just talking to him today. I don't know if he's in our fandom.
What? To be clear, you pointed at me, Tyler, right? Is that where you're trying to point?
Brony.
Oh. Anyways, well, this guy's an asshole.
You don't have to
No, I'm
hide
just
it, buddy.
kidding.
We don't know.
It's okay.
Well, what I was gonna say is there's two other games to talk about coming out this week. We have Marvel Snap coming out for the PC. So looking forward to Marvel Snap, seeing what that all is
and
about.
Phones. And
Is it
phones.
coming out for phones?
And phones.
And I thought it was supposed to be a big time mobile game. That's why I was excited for it.
You know, I got this release schedule from a video game website. So
that's your mistake.
They probably, you know, they care about real video game systems and not mobile. Yeah, I'm over here just cutting half of our fan base right away. But no, mobile games are real. You know, they count, just not for this company. We would have brought that up if we would have. Anyways, and the game that I just looked up here is Them's Fightin' Herds, like a herd of cattle. And it looks like it is it's an indie, non My Little Pony licensed My Little Pony fighting game. And it looks just as cringy as you can imagine. So I'm gonna try it out, but just for the meme, right? Like that's not weird or anything, right?
No.
All I know is that one of them is stronger than Starscream from Transformers.
Oh shit!
So Rainbow Dash. She is stronger than a Transformer, like power scaling wise. Like that was done on Death Battle. You can have your arguments there, but like the stats they put up, like how fast that pony is obnoxious. Like the
Well,
powers that
apparently
she has.
she's also like equal terms to like Deadpool's fourth wall breaking because they did a death battle on that too.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, like, yes, the show is pretty cringe because it's definitely not meant for people. Well, for us anyway, it's not meant for us. But cool. It's a non-licensed game though.
Yeah.
It's not like through My Little Pony.
I don't think it'd be
Through
called
Hasbro?
Them's Fighting Herds.
All right, so it just kind of looks like magical, powerful
yeah,
ponies. that
magical,
are doing
powerful
stuff.
ponies that are in the same art style and everything, you know. And I want to say, a
Yeah.
little earlier, you mentioned that she was stronger than. Did you say which Transformer did you say?
Starscream, I believe, is his name.
Starscream.
The side henchman for Megatron in
That's
Transformers.
that's that's pretty brave of them to make a character that's stronger than a trans character. So just want to throw that out there.
This was years ago. This is fine.
Oh, that's a good point.
Nah.
Yeah, we
Whoever-
can't apply today's logic and reasoning versus the past. Otherwise, it gets a little dicey.
Whoever buys this game has fuck it money.
How much is the game?
Too expensive. I'll cut you off right there.
Nice.
Free. Anything past free is too
Yeah.
much, huh? Okay. What is
Okay,
this?
that was exactly what I was expecting.
Yeah, it is literally exactly what you're expecting. It's fucking
Side scroller button masher.
ponies
Oh,
beating up
Lord.
fucking local versus. Look at this. This is for all the fighting game players.
They look like llamas.
Oh, I guess they are
What the
llamas.
hell?
That one looks like a pony. You know what?
It might be.
That's
a llama.
That was definitely
That
a
was a
llama.
llama.
Yeah.
Look at us.
Look, they're
critiquing
inclusive.
this
They've even got black
awesome
ponies.
game.
So yeah.
Oh, that's very diverse. That's
Yeah,
nice.
no, I'm definitely gonna pick this game up. Just as
I
a
bet
meme
you
though,
are.
not because I'm into that kind of thing.
No,
Yeah,
no.
of course
Not at all.
That's my point a
We would
little
never
bit,
expect that out of you.
All right, good stuff. Well, hey, it's time for celebration. You know why, guys?
What's that?
Magic the Gathering is celebrating its 30th anniversary.
Holy cow, 30 years of this geek game.
30 years of this geek game, and Keystone
Yikes.
Hobbies is not sponsored by Wizards of the Coast, where they offer products for $1,000, which are glorified proxies.
Sounds like the item's not for you, John.
The item
Now-
is not for a lot of people.
So let's take a quick time out and let's talk to the third party real quick. Tyler, here's the scenario, the best I can try to put it neutrally.
Okay.
There is a product coming out that is 4 packs of cards. I believe, if you can quote me on it, there's 15 cards in a pack, 1 rare, typical booster pack style. And it is reprints of the first set that Magic the Gathering ever had 30 years ago. These are cards.
It'd be
Go ahead.
really helpful
What's
if-
that? You have
if-
pictures?
if we had something on the screen that showed us about the set.
Greg, can you do that for us?
I guess.
All right, so while he's getting that up, this is the first set that ever came out. It's like pre anything actually being established, the tournaments and all that. A lot of the cards, most of the cards, are not able to be reprinted into, and I'll watch the stream, are not able to be reprinted. They are not able to be actually mass produced. They can't be reprinted at all in any versions that can be used for play because Wizards of the Coast made a promise to all the player base when there was a lot of backlash for reprinting cards that, all right, we won't reprint these cards, they'll grow in value, so that way you actually have a sort of investment in what you're spending your money on. This has been going on for 30 years. They've tried reprinting in other ways. It's been canceled. But now, this 30th anniversary pack, for $999 and probably 99 cents plus tax and shipping, gives you 4 packs that give you 15 cards, possibly 1 rare, of getting reprints of these cards. But the catch is that they have a different back of the card, which means that they are not able to be played in tournament play or anything registered like that actually matters. So, do you think that this product is shitty? Do you have an opinion on it? What do you think of it? Just hearing it off
No,
the bat.
but before
So,
Tyler
the-
answers,
What do you have to add?
I don't know if you hit it or not. I kind of blacked out. But
Good.
these cards cannot be used in any tournament setting, Tyler.
Yeah.
Like,
he said that.
okay, they're
Yep.
just gonna sit in your fucking binder or
No,
whatever.
no, 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 Greg. He's supposed to be neutral.
I'm being neutral.
We're just giving the facts.
We're seeing what he thinks off the bat.
Greg's already
Then
getting
we
his
can
jabs
talk.
in. If it's not
Easy.
painfully obvious at this point, we're definitely going to have a debate over this product. And Greg's on
Tyler,
the
off
forefront
the bat.
of hating this, and Taylor loves it.
Yeah, I love it.
You
Go
love
ahead.
it.
Tyler, tell me what you think off the bat, just hearing the price point and what exactly you're getting out of it.
I mean, right off the bat, these cards are nothing more than a collector's item, and they can't even be used.
Yep.
So that's already like boggles my mind that they would ask $1,000 on cards that are just going to sit in your room and collect dust.
Okay.
Like, it doesn't seem worth it. Like, there's, like, to switch it off a little bit, the Dragon Ball Super card game I play, there's a brand in there that's the same thing for a 10-pack for $1,500. And I'm like, I mean, that's fucking bullshit for that much money, but you can still play those cards. So this for Magic it's stupid. It's
Okay.
it's not. I would maybe say half that price. $1,000's not worth it because you can't even use them. And are
So you
you
think
like?
Go ahead. Yep. Good.
Well, I would say 5, but it's like, so you're not like, how many cards are these supposed to be?
15, one randomized rare, couple uncommons, and a bunch of regular commons. Definitely a basic land in there.
So
So
for
you get a couple.
$1,000 fucking dollars for 60 cards.
$1,000. Yeah, for 60 cards, randomized. You don't know what you're getting.
Yep, and out of
Yeah,
your
that's not even worth it.
out of your
Taylor-
$250 pack of cards, singular, there's a chance that you could open Channel, which is 50 cents if it's the original.
Oh, but you're
okay,
only looking at
maybe
negative.
$10 is the original, and you're doing
But if you open
so bad.
if you open a proxied Black Lotus, which is basically what it is, because it's not a real Black Lotus, how much do the collector editions Black Lotuses sell for? I'd imagine at least over $1,000.
Sure.
$0.
So
No, they don't sell for $0.
Yeah.
You're wrong. The market will let you sell them.
The
Go
collector's
ahead, John.
edition is, I believe it's up to about 4,000 right now for the Black Lotus collector's
Okay.
edition. But
Now that is an older card.
yes, it's
I'm
an
not
older
gonna say
card,
that it's going to be equal.
and it's the only official printing other than the original printings of the Black Lotus in Magic the Gathering. Most expensive card to anybody who doesn't know. That being said, this product is going to change that. These products are very similar to Collector's Edition in that they aren't tournament playable, and they are in turn kind of proxies of these cards that people could play in their decks for fun at their kitchen table.
Correct. Yeah, this is kind of like what Tyler was talking about, his Dragon Ball Super card game that we all play. That's all it would be, is literally for kitchen top play, where we're just playing with friends and we're doing our thing, we're enjoying ourselves. That is what the product is intended for, / investment opportunity for people that like to buy sealed product.
But like, for that kind of money, the only people who would be interested in that would be the hardcore like tournament players, and they can't use
Sure.
it.
Hardcore tournament players aren't the ones that just have money. Hardcore tournament players usually actually spend money on formats that they can actually play in. So there are very few people that what we got going on. There are very few people that would actually want to buy this that actually play in tournaments.
Well,
What are
that's
you
I
looking
mean,
at
like,
here?
So
the 20 players-
this is the price history of the collector edition Black Lotus. Just throwing it up quick. Currently, the market is $3,999.99, which is only 4 times the price of this product. So that's already a bad sign that the most expensive card, odds are it's going to be like $4,000. But if we look at an
Okay, well,
earlier,
here's the thing.
earlier time, if we go back in time to 2018, this card was only a $600-700 card in
Which is
2018.
yeah.
Which it's probably going to see
Yep.
that price point again with this reprint because the market of people looking for a good-looking proxy of this card, supply and demand. We're getting a lot more supply being injected.
Yep. And I mean, like, it's so weird to see that they did this because there was a time that a card was printed that you could use it to create a token copy of the Black Lotus and a bunch of other cards from the original set, and they didn't want to print a token of it. Which obviously a token has a completely different back, and they refused to do it because they were afraid people were going to use them, or they just didn't want to even try to touch on the ability to actually be a reprint of the card.
It could also
Go ahead.
sorry. Yeah, it could also be that they had this product already in mind and they didn't want to reprint a functional proxy of the card when, you know, they're trying to market and sell this card as that.
Yeah, this was only like a year, maybe a year and a half ago, and they were like 2 years ahead, so it's possible that they maybe even made it up and they pulled it.
Yeah.
But
I mean, if you go
Go
and
ahead.
pull this card, you're not going to want to freaking sell it. So
yeah, you are. Yeah, if I pull this card, I'm just literally going to sell it because I'm never going to use it anywhere else.
So some people are going to go for the booster box lottery.
Box, then.
Go ahead. What were you saying, John?
No, that is a good point. Tyler said, "What's the point in buying a box then?" Part
Correct.
of the point is resellers. People like lottery tickets, right? And every Magic the Gathering product is kind of a lottery ticket. Like, as long as there's random packs, there's a chance you could win big or you could lose big. This one is very geared towards go big or bust. Because
Right.
if you don't get P9, you just wasted $1,000.
Yeah, and that's not even saying that we know what the prices of these cards will be on the secondary market. They're probably going to be higher than they probably should be for pieces of cardboard. But
Well,
the
that's
point
all
of
Magic cards for sure.
Yeah, they're literally all pieces of cardboard, but like recognized cardboard.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Yep. These effectively are, my argument for these products is that they should have released them at a lower price point so people could enjoy them instead of as a collector product. Because, hey, if they're already going to be proxies, fake cards anyways, let's make a tournament out of it. Let's do like, let's do a sealed event where everybody gets a certain number of these packs, opens them up, and plays at $250 per pack. A sealed tournament of this looks like $1,500 just to fuck around.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's a product. I didn't get to play Alpha, Beta, Unlimited, right? I wasn't into Magic until, and I'm an older Magic player. Like I got in like Weatherlight, so I've been in the game maybe like 20 years. I never got a chance to play with the set, and I'd love to, but unfortunately, it's definitely at this point when they've sold a product like this, it's never going to happen.
Right. So everything that's been happening with this, and since I've heard it, I have not been as upset as others. I was listening to a podcast earlier where the person actually said that they literally had to leave their room and take a walk because of how mad they were about the whole situation. I'm not mad that they did this. Like I've told you guys before, I'm very disappointed because there was a lot of opportunity to do something better with it. Similar to what John said about like them making it cheaper so everyone can enjoy it. That would have been a better product, but that's for me. Like, I know there's a lot of, like, I want this product, it's not fair that it didn't come to me, when really the goal of a company is to make money. And maybe in long term, I don't think people are going to not buy more Magic because they didn't get to buy this new product. They're going to continue buying it for everything else that Magic has. So this product is literally for the people that are the quote-unquote whales that are going to buy it regardless. It's going to sell out. They're going to make a bunch of money. And that is a way of doing alpha drafts for big-time events that they will be able to keep on pushing out and not need the actual packs. And then they will end up making money off of the streams from that and having it promoted as like a big-time event, whatever. Yes, it's not fair that we can't enjoy it, but if you want to enjoy it, just like we talk about, they're proxies. You can make up your own cube, and you can literally print pieces of paper that have the cards on them, and you can enjoy it the same way. It's just that it's not an actual pack that you can buy from Wizards. But they're the same thing. They're just pieces of paper.
Greg,
That's just, I'm not, yeah, go ahead.
I want to hear Greg shit on this product.
Well, John, I'm sorry to disappoint because it's going to be quick. I
All
feel
right.
like they missed this whole 30th anniversary. They could have done it any number of ways, and it would be so much better than what they decided on. And ultimately, if you buy one of these fucking things, you deserve to be shafted, and you don't deserve money, and you're a fucking idiot. Short and sweet. Short and sweet.
There. So we're not going to buy the product. Idiots are going to buy the product. I don't see the big deal in it.
I think it's a little price gougy. That's my biggest concern about it. Like, I don't expect Wizards of the Coast to do anything that makes sense with the reserved list and printing cards, even if they abolish the reserved list. I see them fucking this up regardless, and there's always going to be somebody mad.
Yeah.
There might be an investment vehicle within the set, but it's not easily counterfeited enough for it to be as worthy as like collector's edition, because some of the original, Power 9 cards, you have to look through a jeweler's loop to determine whether or not it's counterfeit collector's edition that's just been recut and then rebacked as well.
Shout out to Eli.
Yeah, shout out to Ely. And people who like to make counterfeit cards. But yeah, just it's a letdown of a product in a way to celebrate 30 years of Magic. Only celebrating for the investors isn't great. I think they may have another couple products that came out. This is the one that's getting the most of a highlight. I think they have like a 30th secret layer or something that's coming for Wizards.
With Post Malone.
Yeah, there's a Post Malone secret layer coming out, so that.
I've heard good reviews of the secret layer that they're coming out with. It's like there's certain days and certain months or whatever that's coming out for the 30th anniversary. I've heard good things about that, but obviously it's not as pricey and is actually more applicable to most people.
Yeah, shocker.
So that's yeah. So there's a product for you and there's a product for idiots. Yeah. So just take your pick on. You don't even spend money on Magic anyway, so I don't know why.
Enjoy those channels.
There's that white enchantment. That's a meme that's been going around. That's funny.
There's something new on my bucket list.
Oh no!
Go ahead.
I hope one of those less intelligent people that play at your local game stores. Oh, I hope I can witness one of those people opening, just using their big mangy hands, just ripping into one of those packs. Boom, channel, get cucked.
Yeah, that's why, for one, idiots that buy this are dumb for opening it.
Actually,
smart people are smart to buy it and leave it on the shelf. Because just like every other sealed product, it just goes up naturally.
I think you're right on the money with that for sure.
Yeah.
The beauty's in the eye of the beholder, right?
Uh-oh. Yeah?
Sure.
I like this product.
Greg?
No, I like this product.
People suffer. I love it.
It gives me something to do if I go to the local game store and I see one of these idiots with one, and they open one of these packs. Oh, that would give me so much happiness in life. Yeah. That is a good idea.
For reference, you won't find it for $1,000 at a local game store.
Oh no, not
There's
around.
There's not a chance.
Well, there's people in our area that sold out of their Gaia's cradles. Fucking idiot. So here's people with money.
Yeah, there are people that are dumb. There are people that are ill-advised, or people that just don't know better.
And you have people.
To be fair, some people were well-advised and then went the other way with that advisement.
Yeah. Life hits you right in the face with a huge BBC. Whack, right in your fucking face. Mushroom stamp. That's just what happens. You make mistakes.
Yeah.
and people are gonna laugh at you.
I think
and you
somebody's
learn,
still a little
hopefully.
pissed that they didn't get to go to the strip club, and that's why Greg's lashing out.
little background hatred, yeah, just a
Yeah,
little
yeah.
residual.
No, that day was perfect.
Oh, okay.
That day was
Alright.
great. Yeah, sure.
Wunderbar.
But I think it's fine. I'm just upset, and I fully understand everyone that's upset. I just don't understand the amount of hatred towards it. That's all. Because I like if it was a complete box set for $1,000, like it had a copy of each, I don't know if everyone would be as pissed off. But it's the fact that it's a random loot box is the issue. I
That's
think
fair.
if it was
You-
guaranteed what you were getting, wouldn't be an issue.
You know what? In retrospect, and in some amount of hindsight, there was a video game released in 1997 called Chandelar from Magic the Gathering, and it has all of those cards that you can play with in it. And anybody who wants a retro experience, that's probably going to be your best option.
That game I saw you play the one time, Joe.
Yep. And the interface was disgusting to you, so you left, I believe.
If
Or-
cancer was a video game,
It would be this game.
yeah.
No. Be fair. My good buddy Desolator Magic used to play this game and put it in the background of his video. So maybe I'll do a little bit of screen recording of it and throw it in the back of this video. You know?
I wonder what he
Please
thinks
don't.
about all this.
Okay. I won't.
Please don't.
What,
I'm
what's
sure
our
he's
Lord and Savior doing?
the Savior Desolator.
Papa Desolator. Oh, I'm gonna have to share that video one of these times of us of me completely clowning him. Joined his Patreon. I taught him a lesson. I gave him $20. Idiot.
Yeah, taught him well.
Yeah, it
Here's
turns out
$20. Gotcha.
for $20 you can make content creators do a lot. Keep that in mind. Link in the description for
Well,
the Patreon.
Yeah, there's 4 of us.
So, John, while we're maybe even Greg and Tyler, I can't even include you. I'm sorry, but have you guys seen the new 40K Commander decks that are coming out right now? It's like a complete mix match
Some
of
of
the
them.
40K format,
Yeah.
but it's like 40 or 50 new cards, and these things are selling out fast. Walmart is selling these things for like you would imagine to be like 50, but they're selling for like over 60. Our LGS until he runs out is selling them for $55, and they're completely new cards. They're very 40K themed. They're like have their names and everything.
Yeah.
But like I don't know. I think this might be like something that they're gonna do often with all different IPs. Like they're talking about Doctor Who's coming out soon. What was the other one that it's huge?
Transformers.
There's a big. Well, yeah, they have the Transformers
They
card.
did Stranger
They're being
Things.
included.
They're doing a release for Lord of the Rings as well.
Oh, and Final
Lord of the Rings has
Fantasy.
its own set.
Wait, they're
Final
doing a
Fantasy,
Final
they're-
Fantasy?
Yeah, they have their own card game, but they're yeah.
Yeah, well, that's
All
been
right,
dead for
let's
years.
go.
But there's a bunch of different like the what's it called, Universes Beyond that they keep on pumping out. Now, Secret Lair drops where like, hey, listen, this is the only time you're gonna get it. You better get it fast, and it's only online through us. People can complain about those, but Commander decks are like in that gray area right now where like anyone can go and buy them, and you can get the cards from them. But I have a feeling that you're not gonna find these any other time. I think you're gonna have to get them now, and it's giving everyone that FOMO. And I don't know where it goes from here. The Lord of the Rings set, that's literally its own set. You can literally buy it just like any other pack of cards. But all these other ones, unless they bring them out and like mass produce, people are gonna bitch, just like they did with The Walking Dead that started all this.
Yeah, The Walking Dead Secret Lair. A lot of people were pissed off about that for sure.
Yeah, it was a huge ordeal.
You know, I kind of like this Warhammer 40K. A lot of the cards they're releasing are very Commander eccentric, and just general like good removals being printed, stuff like that. So
Yeah, the cards are sweet. I want to buy it. I want to buy a deck, maybe even all 4, but I don't have the funds for it. But the cards are sweet and they're really good.
yeah,
And that's
like,
why I think they're great. Yeah.
I would definitely recommend. As far as like functionality, I think the mono black one's very functional. It's rich in
Big
flavor.
one.
I don't know anything about 40K, except I see a bunch of people like playing it on fake grass mats at the local card shop.
Yeah, that's about it, right?
Yeah, that's about all I know about it. I know there's a role-playing game for 40K, but aside from that, I don't know much about it. But This product, I'd consider buying it just because it looks pretty solid. Like, it looks like a good product. Has some nice prints, reprints, and otherwise. That Darkness, Greg, what about that new printing of Darkness?
I like that so much.
Yeah, it looks really good. I think this is an example of how they can release Commander products and have it become successful. Attach it to an IP, make it look different and really cool compared to everything else, and make a couple reasonable cards that are a little bit unique, and they can get sales of this stuff. Now, I do have a problem with them introducing new unique cards through Commander products to Commander. That's just because I'm old school with Magic the Gathering and played EDH back when Commander was called that. So my philosophy is that everything should be printed in a set released in Standard, and that's how it gets introduced into Commander. But that's not a future that we're in, and not the reality of things. So while they're printing stuff like this, I'm just gonna enjoy it. There's no reason to get pissed off because Wizards is gonna do what Wizards is gonna do.
Yeah, and that kind of went out the door with Conspiracy, like for like side products that like end up being introduced to Eternal formats.
Oh,
like
for sure.
Once that happened, the floodgates were opened. I mean, like that's just like, all right, we can print cards into whatever. I mean, technically, Commander itself, like when it became Commander, like that had its own.
That was the first set they did it with when they switched the name over to Commander, and it became an official Wizards product and format.
Yep. And then the last thing is with these 40k commanders, they have their special foil versions. That the whole deck is foil, and they already have, and it's a unique foil version, and they are selling for over 200, and our local game store is selling them for 4 or 5, has them listed, and plans on having them as prize support for like a commander event. Apparently, rumored, but like they're obnoxiously expensive and they're very rare, and you can only find them online. I can't imagine they're too available in person. But I think those are also fine because if you have the excess funds to buy Pringles, you can fully go ahead and buy them.
Why do you say Pringles?
Yeah, just because normal foiling processes usually don't produce flat cards. It's just a natural thing that it's been getting progressively worse somehow throughout all this fancy technology we have. But yeah, you're on MTG stocks, yeah. Like a lot of these cards, I mean, the unique ones, and then you have cards that are reprinted with fancy arts. They're all new, that never been seen before. They're pretty desirable. I think if this format keeps up, I don't know how they're gonna reprint the cards, but I mean, like people are gonna buy these damn decks.
We don't even have prices for the special cards yet.
Can you look them up on Goldfish? I mean, Goldfish usually has their prices updated a little bit. I can complain that I hope that they keep printing them out, but I know I listened to a finance guy one other time that they're like, hey, listen, if your product isn't complaining that there isn't enough, you actually printed too much. And that might be a tactic that they're rolling into, like, hey, listen, we need to make sure that we print enough, but not enough to get everyone into them, because then everything else goes up and it becomes more desirable. Because the hatred just burns and people just end up buying it. Just click on the paper part up there on the price thing. It should pop up. See the price history? Move over to the right. Can you see it?
So what IP are you looking forward to them possibly doing, Taylor?
Oh.
Yeah, click on that. There you go. I don't really know. I haven't had anything like hype that I'm as into. Like they're not going to do any of my Weeb animes anytime soon. So
well, they did Final Fantasy, and that's pretty big.
Yeah, that is something. I mean, that's a big one. I wish I liked Final Fantasy as much as the others. It's going to be one of those, the product's not for me type of thing for right now until they find it, and then they can have my entire bank account, I guess. I mean, that's just how it's going to be. When they print Dragon Ball Z, Goku, Commander, I'm in like Flint. Like, I'm in. Like, they got me. I'm buying the best version, whatever. And that's the people they get. That's just what it is.
Yeah, I think it comes... One thing they say, and it kind of comes down to, is that with these products that Wizards releases, you're usually not best off buying the sealed product. You're better off just buying the singles of what you want. If it's the IP for you, go out, go ham, you can buy that. But if you don't care necessarily about the IP, but you want one card out of the set, just buy that one card. It's going to save you so much money.
Yeah, that's just the rule with most cards. Unless you're enjoying it super casually and you don't mind, you love ripping packs, which I understand it is addictive. If you want to build a deck with certain cards, you're better off just buying it. That's just been the rule forever. Uh, like
Yeah.
that's how I treat Dragon Ball Super for right now. Like that's a card game that unfortunately I did buy like 2 decks and I bought cards for it. But if I ever buy any more, I'm just gonna buy the packs and enjoy the ripping aspect of it. I'm not being competitive with it right now, so I don't know. So, that's just how some people are. I talked to a bunch of casuals. I didn't realize how many casual players there are out there, but that's like literally the majority of people. Like,
Yeah.
playing most card games. It's not the competitive type, not the spiky type. They just like love putting cards together. I talked to some guys. I'm like, go ahead.
So many people I've heard just say, "Oh yeah, I've seen that Magic the Gathering game, or I've played that with my friends or whatever," and they've never set foot in an LGS. They just went to Walmart, saw them on the shelves, and was like, "Yeah, I'll pick this up." And...
Yeah. That's like when they talk about the millions of players that play these card games, it's really 950,000 are playing it at their home, playing with their friends. The other 50 grand of them are just playing like fucking sweats. Like that's what they do.
I mean, and that doesn't represent any of the collectors either. Like the people who never show up to an LGS other than to pick up their box and just squirrel it away at their house somewhere, I guess.
Just store it back, and if it sells for more later on, they kind of made an investment. It's whatever.
Yep. No, I've in buying collections, you run across all sorts of different types of collectors and people. Getting to those hidden people is a little bit harder, but you just got to get word of mouth. And there was a guy up in your area, Taylor, where I heard about him having a bunch of Magic cards that were older in his attic, and I was like, okay, well I can go over and look. He has like Urza's Saga stuff just chilling. He had a bunch of these
hanging out.
Yeah, just hanging out. He had a bunch of these decks that were like wrapped up with rubber bands and like hair ties.
Oh yeah.
And like
cringe.
Like
old school. Love it.
He's like, none of this stuff is for sale. These are my decks. And I'm like, oh, cool, man. That's really cool. Can I look at them now? Because I wanted to get an idea of what the guy had, was squirreling away.
I want to admire your stuff.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, if I'm buying all this stuff, I want to make sure I'm not getting fucked, like that all the good stuff is pulled out of your collection. I go through, and they had the original unglued lands in every single deck. They probably had about 250 of those original unhinged lands or unglued lands in across all of the decks. A lot of money, man. Sealed up with these hair ties. They're like $10 a piece, I think, or something like that. They're, they can slowly go up. So yeah, about $2,000 and just. But everything else was garbage. Like I found that black deck that everybody who used to play Magic in the day have. That's super cringe. Just like you run swamps and then effects that say deal damage equal to the number of swamp or loses life equal to the swamps you have. That big that black deck that just sits there and
big black deck.
Yeah. Yep.
We all know the one.
Big black deck.
Yeah. And like all the cards have like these little oil smudge marks from hands and that whole thing. You run into those people.
I get you.
Yep.
Absolutely. Do we have anything else on the docket for the day?
Yeah, that was the docket. So
that was our docket.
Yeah. We didn't really go into people's weeks. How's everybody's week? Like, Greg, did you do anything fun? Anything exciting?
Not that I can remember.
Cool.
I got to go to a wedding just yesterday, and it was my buddy roommate that I had back in college, and he's the one that actually is the inspiration for my son Jacob's first name. He finally got married. He found a girl that he really likes, blah, 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 and he got married up north, up towards New York. And we went there, beautiful setup. It's actually like her grandparents' house, whatever. They had a tent set up, and everything looked great. And I'm like, oh, this is really great, man. Congrats, blah, blah, blah. They had the whole ceremony, and the dinner was the best part. pizza. Every table had their own pizzas. And once you got your pizza, you left, you went up, boneless wings and hot sauce, barbecue and plain, macaroni and cheese. I'm like, this is the best wedding dinner I've ever had. Like, no one can complain about this dinner. There's no way.
If only
was
Tiffany
like-
liked pizza like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Like they even left like 2 or 3 slices on every one for cheese for people like her, just to make sure that everyone was happy. I was ecstatic, and I obviously I didn't drink as much because we had to drive really an hour back home, and I had to get to work the next day. But I enjoyed myself.
You can tell us actually how much you drank after the podcast. That's okay.
Like 4 or 5, but like I felt good. Like it was like
Yeah.
since like 5 to 10. That's 5 hours, 1 drink per. I'm good.
Quote,
So.
the key still turns. It's fine.
That's not how. Nope. Literally, he actually works over in your fake state, John, Ohio, and he's a highway patrolman. And then
Oh,
he
what's
says
his
he
name? I
enjoys his
probably
time
know him. Like if he's from Ohio.
No, because it's like it's small town. It's
Yeah.
like right out. What's the route that you take to go to Ohio?
There's like
88?
80, there's 30. There's a whole lots of. 80 is like the route that you take to Ohio from up here.
Yeah. The claim he made is that you literally get off the highway as soon as you get into Ohio and you pull off, and like you're like in his town that he patrols.
It turns out that's every small town because Ohio's fake,
Yeah,
and that's what we say every
like
time.
I can't tell you then. Like I can't
Yeah.
even tell you where he patrols. The
Yeah, it's
small barracks, whatever.
It's probably in Harvard Field. I could imagine it being from Harvard Field. It's a good chance
Sure.
there. Yeah.
Sure. But that was really my week. I'm pretty sure I didn't have anything else happen to me. How about you, Tyler? You have anything interesting besides eating chicken?
Rice.
Rice, broccoli.
Hot sauce.
I mean, I took Erica up to the pumpkin patch yesterday.
I saw
I
pictures
saw that. She
on
looked like she was
Facebook.
looking at. Yeah, she looked like she was looking at animals for the first time there. She was like lost.
Oh,
She was just like staring at them.
It's like that every time, man. She sees one cow, she sees 100 cows, and she looks the same way at them. She loves
Yeah.
her animals.
Oh,
Yep.
that's nice.
So we saw the cows. There was some lambs, some sheep, chicken, birds. Some little
It's a
piggies
farm.
were there. She
Yeah,
wanted
little
me to
piggies.
do a pig.
Yeah.
And then
Of course.
we came home and we finally watched Hocus Pocus 2.
Yeah.
What'd you
I
think?
actually thought it was pretty good. It was good. I gave it like a 6.8 out of 10. It could have been better. It's definitely not better than the first one.
And
Yeah,
that one's
that's what
kind of
Laura
mediocre
said.
at best. So.
Oh no!
Shots fired.
I
Taylor.
know better than
Every
to say
year-
something like that.
Every
but-
year we pretend that Hocus Pocus is a good movie. Every year. It's just,
It is.
what do you do?
All right.
It is nostalgic. That's
Zachary
what it
Binks.
Here, we're gonna
is.
re-record that
Oh
part.
my God.
Okay.
Hey,
Go ahead. Go ahead and say that again for us, Taylor.
Every year we pretend that Hocus Pocus is a good movie. There. Quote me.
All right. I had to
guess
get a
I'm
good.
not
I had to
everyone.
get a good recording while I wasn't on camera, so I
Yeah,
don't have to
make sure it
justify
was in
your
there.
position. Okay.
Fair enough.
There's going to be
I
so
think-
many pumpkin lattes that are protesting this podcast.
Bring in the heat.
The
They're
Uggs
more
boots are going to
more
trample
views.
us, and the little vest life preserver jackets. They're going to be everywhere.
Yeah. Listen, more spews, more views. Bring it. I don't care. I'll start saying some off the wall shit about Hocus Pocus. That's easy.
Yeah.
It's just asking for it. It's a softball pitch. I'm in.
Just imagine if she's also a waitress. Like, that's your
Oh,
ultimate
I'm-
adversary.
Bring it. I'm excited. Hate.
Well, see, I don't like all the shit they give the witches. I mean, the witches are just trying to live their life, right? And all these bitch ass humans want to bring them back and then try and send them back. Like, no, you brought them back for a fucking reason.
You brought me here.
Well, just
I'm
that
eating
one
some
dude.
children,
Yeah.
okay?
Hey, so
I'm trying to
when
eat these cheese.
when are these kids judge and jury?
so the movie actually gives like an actual like origin to the witches,
Okay.
and the ending pretty much tells you that there's gonna be another movie.
Oh, no.
I
Not the
wa-
trilogy.
I will say they did a really good job with this movie though, and respecting the lore from the first movie. If that's like they did a lot of things from the previous movie and like had a lot of throwbacks. I think they did it justice, but it definitely it wasn't as good as the original. And if you're Taylor, that wasn't even all that good anyway. So
Yeah, it was just kind of mediocre. I kind of have it playing in the background just for old time's sake. I mean, I'm a bigot. The only reason I watched for the Blonde Witch. I mean, like that's just. Remember as a kid, like I was like growing up, like that's the only reason I watched it. Like everything else was kind of mediocre. Like when's the scene she's coming up? Because I'm a fucking idiot. Like that's just how it is. So I can't help myself. I'm an idiot.
We
So
love you, Taylor.
I love me too. Thank you, Greg.
we all love you, buddy.
Yeah. Afterwards, and I got to play some Dead by Daylight with everybody. So
Dead by Daylight
Yeah.
was sweet. When
It's
I
gonna
jumped
be even
on, we
better
started
tomorrow.
losing immediately.
John, you're gonna be so pissed for
Uh-oh.
last night's game when you lopped off
Yeah.
that Wesker game. So that bastard knocked me down, and I somehow was able to speak to this man. Instead of him picking me up, I just went like this on the ground,
Yeah.
and he looks at me. He's like, and he walked away. I start recovering. He comes back and he looks at me. I'm like, going like this, and he's like, okay. He walks away again. And Gray comes up and meets Wesker face to face. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. Backs away, lets him pick me up and heal me, and lets us fix the generators. He's actually like my guard dog, standing next to me, watching me work on his generator, and then helps me find the exit door and lets Greg and I leave.
What an asshole. Oh. And he killed my ass so early. Oh, that was the sweaty whiskers too. Oh well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I deserve
like,
it. When I play Wesker, I'm just terrible. So I you know what? That's fine. I deserve it.
I was talking to Greg. I'm like, Greg, you're not going to believe this. He's like, what? I'm like, he's letting me go. I'm like, he's not doing anything. He's like, he just looked at me, nodded his head, and walked away. And then I guess he like found Greg. Like after Greg and I were working on the generators, I guess he found Greg, looked at him, shook his head, and then walked away.
Oh yeah, it was the like the school map. And I was up in a room working on a Jenny. He is like in the hallway. Like right there at the door. He turns and looks at me, and he just shakes his head yes, and walks away.
Yeah, he had like no sympathy for John or Nate, just wrecked their shit.
Yeah.
And then like, I just like started shaking on the ground trying to recover. I'm like, please don't get me. He's like, you know what? Fine, I got you.
That's adorable because like when you do that, I can see your entire character on the ground just like waving back and forth like that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
I'm
when
like,
you.
please don't hurt me.
It's kind of like when you run into the saw killer. You know, if you look like you're gonna be cool with this killer and you boop the schnoop, you do the pointing animation right next to her, she'll just let you leave. You know.
Well, Nemesis didn't give me that kind of love either last night. He fucking knocked my shit out.
No, people who play Nemesis are the worst kind of people.
Like he brought me to the door. I'm like, thank you. Went to like walk up to him, like hugging him, and then he just went, knocked me down, and let me crawl my way out. I'm like, well, that was mean.
Yeah, you know, you got to watch out for that domestic violence with old Nemesis. He really likes to beat his people.
Yeah.
Oh, don't get me started on the players. Ugh.
They're the worst. Oh man. But yeah, no, that's awesome. Yeah, Dead by Daylight's been a lot of fun. I've been playing Wesker as the killer a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it for me.
Yep.
You all good, John?
There's something there's something in my head. I think we aren't talking about that we should, but I don't know
If
what
you
it is.
if you tell it to us, we might be able to talk about it.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Maybe a bonus episode if you come up with it, we'll come back on.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, bonus episode maybe for patrons only.
That means you, Nate.
Congratulations.
Let's go ahead and cut it here, and we can maybe record some bonus content.
Sure thing.
Now you're pointing at Taylor. So I'm pointing at
Okay,
Taylor,
so this is
pointing at
Taylor.
Greg, And that's you, Tyler.
Okay, so this is Taylor.
That's Taylor. Yep, Taylor, right there.
This is
Yep.
Greg.
No, that's John.
No. This is John.
Greg's up there.
And then, oh my god.
Greg, where am I for you?
No, point where you think. Perfect. Oh wait, no. He is that way though, Greg.
Oh, it's so confusing.
Yeah, whatever. Wait, who are you pointing at now, Greg? Who's over there?
That's the home screen
Drunk.
button on everybody's
Drunk.
iPhones.
Pause. Last one. Tyler, where's Greg?
That way.
No, all right, we're done here.
No, he's the other diagonal up.
I don't have the. I could just like ad lib. I definitely don't know what to say without the in front of me. Like Greg
Welcome
has.
to Keystone Hobbies, episode 66, maybe.
Is it 66?
Yeah, season 2, episode like 13 or
Hey,
something.
We celebrate episode 69.
Immediately once I start recording, your webcam starts having problems and your audio's not coming through, Taylor.
What good am I?
That's the $1 million question, Taylor.
You know,
I don't. There is no
Jesus!
answer.
Hey, at least you aren't on the Thoughts and Prayer Squad, okay?
Oh, fuck.
And advance this podcast.